I could never get that chord right. Hey everybody, Matt here today. I may not be the best at guitar, but I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to cook kits. And today, what I have for you is the GSI Minimalist. A great little cook kit. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I'm a big beer can pot kind of guy. I love like the little Foster pots and the Heine pots. These are some of my favorite little cook pots right here. But I find that something like this, I really like this system here. A couple months ago, I was out at Bill Jackson's, an local outdoor shop, and I saw this for about 30 bucks, and I was like, yeah, it looks kind of cool. You know, I might look into maybe getting it. And so I thought about it for a little while, and then I finally, bit the bullet and bought it. And I thought, hey, why not? It'd be a cool little cook pot for like the occasional, backpacking trip if I wanted to bring it. Because, then I was using these all the time, and I still do. I still love them. But I got this. I started looking at it, and I started testing it out, and this is now like one of my favorite cook kits. I'm going to show you why here in a second, but one of the features that I really like about it is this, the lid. First of all, it's like a sip lid here, so like when I make my coffee in the morning, I can put this on here, and it seals really well because it's got like a rubber ring there. So when you put it on, it seals really well and it doesn't fall off. Everything is very well contained in this pot. So I can, just sip my coffee in the morning. And also, if I was maybe cooking pasta or something in my pot, that could almost be like a strainer. So I could strain the water out if I wanted to. So that's a good feature of this pot. And one thing you might ask is, well, can you put the lid on and boil water in it? The first answer is no. Not like this, you can't. When you're boiling water in it, you just take the lid and flip it upside down like this. And actually, you can still use that as a strainer, just like that. So that's the cool thing about this lid. So if you're boiling water, you just flip it upside down, and there's your pot lid. And it's a lot easier to take off than if it was like this. Because if it was like this, you'd have to struggle with it, and you risk spilling boiling water all over yourself. So anyway, that's the lid of it. I really like that feature because you have a pot like this, and I do have a lid for it, but it doesn't stay on as good as this one. So, I have to put this kind of pot, this cook kit, in like a little baggie or a Tupperware container to contain it all. This is just, it's all self-contained, so that's another good feature. I have some matches in there. I have my M4 bongo stove, kind of customized M4 there. I like to keep that in this cook kit. It came with this, a spork. I'm trying to move that stove out of the way. There we go. It came with this spork. It's a pretty cool spork. It's a sliding one. I like it. It's not as, I don't like it as much as my MSR folding one, but hey, came with it. I'm not complaining. It's a good spork. I've used it before. It's good. I have a little salt and pepper pack inside here. Let's see. I got my stove legs. The only stuff that came with this is the spork here, the pot, lid, and the outside sleeve here, and also a little pot grabber. I don't have it with me at the moment. I'm not sure where it is. I'm gonna cook something in this pot in a later video, and I'll have that little grabber so you can see it. But for now, I'm not sure where it is. So, but it does come with it. Lastly, I have this little bake disc. I've shown that in another video. Windscreen, of course, which is something that I didn't have in the cook kit at first, but I learned is a very good thing to have in your cook kit, especially with an alcohol stove. Alright, moving on. Here's the pot, the inside of it. you know, it's if you wanted to, you could use this with a Foster pot. So you could use this just as a cook pot, and then have this as like a little coffee in the morning pot. And they nest real nicely together in there, and then the lid will still fit on perfectly. So that's just one of the perks of it. It's a good sized pot. Another thing that is very good about this cook system is you have this. It's a not sure what it's made out of, but it's basically a pot holder, I guess, when you think about it. So when I'm making coffee in the morning, this is what sits on the stove. Let me set my stove up here and show you how it just sits on there. Sorry for blocking your view here, but so I'm making something in the morning. There I have my pot sitting on the stove. Let's pretend I have my little Cool Touch grabber on, which I don't at the moment, but I'll take it off and put it in my sleeve here. Pour my instant coffee in, and I'm a happy camper, literally. So that's a really cool thing that I like about this. Whereas this kind of pot here would, oh, it doesn't like to sit on my stove very well. Anyway, this kind of pot here, I would have to have a different stove for it, which some of y'all might not have a tricked out alcohol stove like this one. You can use just your simple Fancy Feast stove. That'll work with this pot, and definitely with and this pot. Definitely don't want to put it on the heat with this thing on there, because this will burn up and you won't have it. But if you have a simpler stove, then hey, that's just fine. Or if you have a canister stove, the canister will fit in down in here. It would have to be a small canister. You can't have the full size one; it'd be too big for the pot. But if you have the small canister, it can fit in. As you can see here on the side, there's a diagram. There's your sleeve right there. There's your pot, small canister, a stove like your Pocket Rocket or Snow Peak Gigapower or the like. There's the Cool Touch thing I was talking about. I know you can't see that right now, but you will see it in a later video. And then there's the spork and the lid. So if that's the kind of cook kit you wanted to go with, then it would all fit in this package nice and neat. I'm just an alcohol stove kind of guy. I just love the things. But so this is just my personal cook kit that I outfitted with this. But really it's a good rig that you can really customize well. You can put all kinds of stuff inside. I showed you I fit a ton of stuff in here. I never put my fuel inside my pot for storage. I always carry my fuel elsewhere in my pack. Just my little fuel canister. It would fit in here, but I don't know. I don't really like to have my fuel in the same pot that I'm going to be cooking in. But anyway, that's about it for the GSI Minimalist. Great pot. I've used it on several trips. All the stuff that I do reviews of, I have used them at least once on a trip. I never just buy something and say, hey, this is great. No, I've used it before. Then I do a review of it. So anyway, that's the GSI Minimalist. Great cook kit for about 30 bucks. Hey, I'm sure you can get it cheaper elsewhere. The store that I bought it from, they're a little bit proud of their stuff, and so their prices were a bit higher. But anyway, alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the next Sawgrass Brothers videos. I'm going to keep practicing. Hang loose all you hammockers, stay safe on the trail, have fun.